Jessica Frost Ballas here with a video for Honeybee Stamps. Today I'm sharing a cheery stenciled fall card that had some unexpected mistakes and hurdles, but I kinda love how it turned out, so let's get started. First, I smushed distress ink onto a piece of scrap stamp packaging. I'm using squeezed lemonade, dried marigold, wild honey, abandoned coral, and seedless preserves. I spritzed the plastic and used my finger to blend away any harsh edges. I also spritz my panel as I find the ink moves more easily when the cardstock is already wet. I flip over the plastic and press it to the wet cardstock. I use my fingers to move the ink around and give it a few seconds to soak in before lifting the plastic. Then I smush a little more ink to the plastic, spritz it, and add a little more color to the panel. Then I let it dry completely. Once it's dry, I place the panel onto the sticky surface of my stamp wheel. I place the first layer of the Autumn Delight stencil over the panel and blend Seedless Preserve Distress ink over the panel. The sticky surface of the stamp wheel holds my stencil in place so that I don't have to use extra tape. When I'm done, I peel up the stencil and then use it to help me line up the next layer. I remove that guide layer and then blend Abandoned Coral Distress ink over the next layer. My kitten was fascinated by this process. As you'll see, he proceeded to walk in and over and around my stenciling. I was impressed that the stencil didn't shift during all of this. I continue blending distress inks in the same colors as the background over the various stencil layers. At one point, you'll see that I didn't get my stencil layer quite in the right spot and didn't realize it. So my stenciling ended up being a little more abstract than I intended, but I kinda like the way it turned out. After the panel dried, I spritzed it with water. Then I splattered it with wild honey and Seedless Preserve Distress ink. Finally, I added a few splatters of metallic gold paint. To add insult to injury, on my last splatter, the kitten nudged my arm and I dropped the brush onto the panel. This was definitely quite a card-making adventure. And all of this was after he first managed to knock a venti iced coffee off my desk and all over the carpet. But he's so cute that it's pretty much impossible to get upset over it. And my craft room now has the wonderful aroma of coffee and carpet cleaner. Once the panel was totally dry, I trimmed it down to an A2 panel and adhered it to a top-folding card base. Off camera, I stamped a sentiment from fall onto black cardstock and heat embossed it with brass embossing powder. I also die-cut the large word from gold glitter and black cardstock. I add a tangle of metallic gold thread to the panel and then adhere the sentiment over the panel with foam mounting tape. Finally, I add a few gold sequins to finish the card. And that's it! You can find more information on the products I used in the YouTube description below. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to the Honeybee Stamps channel for even more crafty inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have a fantastic day and happy crafting. Bye!